All right, everybody. Well, welcome to a beautiful day in St. Louis, and we do have the 1986 Mets here for you. Back in 1962, we're at Sportsman's Park. As you can see, we have a very, very good-looking crowd out there, at least from the this vantage point as we look into the outfield. And it's a little bit surprising here, but I'm actually using the exact same lineup that the New York Mets used for opening day in 1986. Right? We have Dykstra, Backman, Hernandez, Carter, Strawberry, Foster, then Howard Johnson, Santana, and Gooden. There's a question as to whether we would start Ray Knight or Howard Johnson. Johnson, in reality, was a little bit better against right-handed pitchers. We'll see how he does against Bob Gibson. So we're underway. Let's take it away. And this is not what I wanted it to do. There's a little bit of a pan. And there you go. Not sure how useful that was, and the first pitch low and away for a ball. Gibson, of course, not quite the legendary Bob Gibson in 1964 as he throws another ball there to Lenny. And he went around on that one, it looks like, for a strike, 2-1 the count. But Gibson was a very good pitcher back then. That's inside and misses, 3-1. And we're probably going to take this pitch. And I'll have to look up and remember which button does what. That's a strike down the middle, and that will make the count full. And the next pitch comes in, and there's a little ground ball to second base, and the throw to first is mid-time for the out. And I can see that play-by-play is coming in a little bit too fast, so we're going to do a little bit of a change to that. Apologies as we go through here and sort of change things bit by bit. I want to make sure that we get it just right here in the early going, and it might take a little while for us to get it right. Wally Backman up next. And the pitch comes in, and he hits that over the left field. Is that going to fall? No, it does fall. It falls right in front of the left fielder, Stan Musial, and that'll be a base hit for Wally. So Wally makes it over to first base. And with one out, here comes now Keith Hernandez. You can see that I have a lot of the ratings turned off, and so we're going to have to use some of our baseball wits to figure out what we should do, if we should bunt, if we should steal, and what exactly we should do with each of these players. We're not going to do any bunting right now or any sort of stealing for that first pitch. We'll see if we can get something going here. And see, that's a bunt. And that was a little pop-up bunt. I wanted him to do a hit and run. This is what happens when you don't look. It's 9 that I wanted to hit. So no problem, though. First game of the project, and you can have a little bit of mistake like that here and there. And that will bring up Gary Carter, always a dangerous hitter. Pitch comes, and that's a little pop-up. It's going to be, looks like it's Javier taking that for the out. Javier, let's see here, the second baseman, and that does it. And so we go to the bottom of the first inning, nothing across for the Mets. And Dwight Gooden now has to worry about facing Javier, who's leading off. Pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1 the count. And that's hit over to short. Santana throws to first for the out, one away, just like that. That's a little bit better than Gooden did in real life in 1986. As you may know, Gooden gave up a home run to the first batter he faced in 86. Got 2 strikes on him right away, and then gave up the home run. Kirk Flood now takes the ball a little bit high. And there's a strike right down the heart of the plate, 1-1. That's in there, 1-2. Look a little low. 1-2. And there's strike 3 called, and there's Dr. K for you. 1 strikeout so far. And that will bring up the next batter, Stan Musial. Musial, of course, a little bit older here in 1962. Not the same Musial we saw in 1949. Takes the ball down and in. 1-0 the count. And there's a strike outside corner, so it's 1-1. It's hit over the left field. That's going to foul ball. 1-2 the count. Gooden's got him where he wants him. And that's just low for ball 2. And I thought that would be a strike. Just a little bit low. It's hit over the left. That's foul. Ground ball, third base. Johnson throws to first in time for the out, and that'll do it. So nothing across. Nothing to score. Let me play a little bit around with some of these buttons over here and see what we can set up. We'll put the out-of-town scoreboard on, maybe. We'll take a little look here at the weather. 57 degrees in Sportsman's Park. And see if there's any other interesting thing. Yeah, we have this little pitch location widget that sometimes is fun to look at. So we might as well keep that one up as well. I mean, I don't see any real harm in that. And we'll hope that we don't put too many little widgets and gadgets up here. It's going to be Darryl Strawberry here to lead this off. Strawberry, of course, as he takes the ball. Strawberry was one of the big ingredients of the Mets in 1985, the season where they came ever so close to defeating the Cardinals. He takes another ball low, 2-0 to count. In fact, the thing to watch out for in '86 was whether Strawberry was going to stay healthy or not. And that's hit deep to left field. Is that going to go? Is that going to go? And that is gone for a home run. Darryl Strawberry, 367-foot home run to left field, and that makes it quickly a 1-0 lead for the Mets. Second hit of the game for the Mets, and Strawberry went deep, and that'll bring up George Foster. Kind of a funny story about Foster. You know, I had an instant replay of this season before really setting this up just to see if it would work, as he swings and misses at the first pitch from Bob. And Foster was barely used by the computer manager in that replay. And there's a ball outside, 1-1. Of course, we didn't have transactions turned on, but the computer manager was not impressed with Foster. And that might give you an idea of how good he maybe really was in '86. 2-1 now the count on George. And there's a ground ball over to third. Third baseman Boyer has that for the out. That was the first, and there's one away. Here's Howard Johnson. Young Howard Johnson, of course, takes the ball inside. And that's low and inside. It's 2-0. There's a strike over the heart of the plate. 2-1 to count. And that miss is inside. It's 2-2. 3-1, I'm sorry. And that's low and inside for ball 4, and Gibson's had some control problems so far, and down he goes to first base. Santana now the batter, and this is the place where we probably want to bunt. It's fouled away. It's 0-1. And it's bunted foul. That's not going to do it for us. Ball low, 1-2 the count. Go to first, and we're not doing anything there, but we might do something here. And there he goes, and that's a double play ground ball normally to second, but with the runner going, there was no chance at it. Javier had to throw to first, and Johnson moves up to second. The 2 away, and here comes Dr. K, Dwight Gooden, up to hit. Not much of a hitter. Fouls 1 away, 0-1. And that's missing inside, 1-1 the count. Ground ball, shortstop. Picks it up, throws on to first, and that's a good play there by the Cardinal shortstop. Who is that playing there? Gautier. And so we go to the bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Mets lead, and it's back to the Dr. K show, and he throws a ball high, 1-0. That's outside, 2-0 count. That's hit over to right field, and it's going to fall in front of Darryl for a base hit. And the runner's trying for second and makes it with no throw. No, there is a throw. They tried for a rundown. He made it back to first. Not in time. Yeah, that was pretty interesting. It's a little bit of OOTP magic there for you. Ends up just being a single, but it was a little bit dramatic, wasn't it? Fly ball now over to right field, and Darryl's, this lands foul just away from Strawberry. 0-1 to count. And there's a strike to the knees. It's 1-2. 1-2 now after that ball. Sorry about that. This is fouled away. Remains 1-2. And he rung him up on that one. Wasn't able to control his swing. And that's another strikeout for Dr. K. So Dwight Gooden so far, 2 strikeouts in this game. Pitching pretty well so far. Just the 1 base hit to worry about, and the next batter, Oliver, hits a fly ball over the center field, and he's got that for the out, and there's 2 away, just like that. Here's Carl Warwick now. Fouls, 1 away, 0-1. Warwick, let's see here what it says in terms of real life, what he did. Had 264 was his average, 500 at-bats. And just look at his simple stats. 1-1 now is a count on him. And there's another strike. Carter with a good throw to second and gets his man as he tried to steal. So some interesting strategy there by the Cardinals. They run themselves out of the inning, and we will go here now to the top of the third. Going to be Dykstra up here to lead it off. He takes the ball low and in. And that's outside. 2-0 the count on him. Fouled away. It's 2-1. There's a ground ball back to Gibson. He throws the first for the out easily. No, he's safe. Dykstra ends up beating that one out. we'll have to mess around, I think, a little bit with the camera settings and see if we can't get that to go over to the action just a little bit faster. Yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly what I should change for that. Yeah, this is probably it. We want to get that about as far down as we possibly can. We'll turn this up and maybe take the zoom factor down a little bit, something like that. We'll just mess around with it until we get where we want it. But Dykstra, in the meantime, is on at first base, and that brings up Wally Backman. And we won't have him go right away. There is a throw first, and that's the reason why. First pitch is in there, and he held up, and that's a ball. And now it might be time to run. Let's see. And he holds up again, 2-0 now the count. The camera's starting to drive me nuts. You see, this is what we've got to do. So we'll see. Maybe we want to increase this a little bit, and that might help a little bit. I don't know. We'll play around with it. Backman again, and here he goes Dykstra, and he's running, and he's got that beaten easily, and there's the stolen base. That was a little bit more smooth, wasn't it? And so Dykstra steals second, 1-0 to score in favor of the Mets. And Backman has a chance to drive him in. A ground ball up the middle, and it's a good play by that shortstop. Gauthier picks it up, throws over to first, but the throw is off the mark, and Backman ends up safe. Now there are runners to the corners here for Keith Hernandez. Let's see what he can do, and I think we're going to do a little hitting and running here. And that's hit up the middle for a base hit. Very, very good. And on to third base goes the runner Backman. And so Hernandez gets the RBI, 2-0 Mets here early going, and that brings up Gary Carter. And I'm telling you, there's no place to hide in this lineup. Carter comes up, takes the ball. Carter so far today, no hits. I'm trying to take a look here and see if I can figure out what he's done so far, and it's not helping me out very much. So we're going to have to mess around a little bit here and figure out how to get everything that we need. Fouls one away, 1-1 the count. That's inside, 2-1. That's fouled away, 2-2 now. We're going to take the weather away, and yeah, we'll just keep it that way.
Strike three.
And that's inside for strike three. Gary watched that one go over. There was not even an attempt at a swing, so there's one away, and that brings up Darryl Strawberry. Strawberry had the home run earlier for the first New York run. And he takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. There's a curveball, curves away, 1-1. Next pitch, another curve, and that's fouled off, 1-2 the count. I call that a changeup, sorry. And that's fouled away, 1-2 remains. It was a good slider. Fouled away again, another curve. Where's Gibson's fastball? There it is, and it's not thrown for a strike. It's ball 2-2. That's it high over to left field, slicing, and just fouled. 2-2 the count.
Strike three.
And there's that fastball swing and a miss by Strawberry. He's way behind that one, and there's 2 away. 93 is what they're giving him. 2 away, and here's Foster once again. He takes the ball low. And a strike, 1-1. Doesn't go around on that one, chucked it in time. It's 2-1. Ground ball over to third base. Boyer flips that one on over to the second baseman covering, and we go to the bottom of the third. 2-0 to score, and out comes Gooden again. You can see that Twilight out there as he throws the ball. Twilight's going to make it a little bit hard to see him, especially with that good fastball. That's a line drive over to left field, though, and that's a double. And I tell you, Dwight didn't fool anybody on that one. So that's a double for Warwick, who led this off, number 7 hitter for the Cardinals, and that will bring up Julio Gauthier. Runner on to second base. First pitch into Gauthier is a strike. And then a low changeup, 1-1. That's hit straight to center, right to Dykstra, and he misplays that one, ends up over his head. That's going to be a double at least, and it looks like Gauthier is going to stop at second. So the double scores the runner, 2 doubles in a row for the Cardinals, and it's a 2-1 ball game. That'll bring up Gibson. Gibson looking to bunt, takes the ball, and then bunts one back to the pitcher, and Gooden throws to first. His only real play. Gauthier goes to third. 2-1 now, and let's see what we're going to do here. We probably want to bring the infield in. So we're going to have the infield come in, and we'll just pitch to him and see what happens. There's a swing and a miss at a curveball by Javier. 0-1 the count. And there's a fastball outside. It's 1-1. fly ball over to right field, and that's going to bounce way in front of Strawberry. That will be a base hit. It's a 2-2 ball game, so the strategy didn't quite work, and with one out here, it's a 2-2 tie, and we've done a pretty poor job, I think, now of holding on to that. Put the infield here at double play depth and see what they can do about this, and the first pitch into Kirk Flood is a strike. Here's a ball low, 1-1. Another curveball low, 2-1. And that one misses again, 3-1 to count. And that's in the inside corner for a strike. I'm not so sure about that one. Looked like it was probably too far inside when it came in. Full count. And that one was high and tight, and so Gooden has walked his first. And he's starting to struggle a little bit here, giving up 2 runs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's a 2-2 ball game. And up comes Musial, who swings and misses for a strike. So 0 for 1 today is a sting. Fly ball over to right field. Strawberry's there, and he picks it up on the hop, and that will load the bases. A little base hit. Javier had to tag up just in case that was caught, and Strawberry unfortunately not able to get there in time. So we're looking at another problem, and the question is, what do we do with this infield here? I think that we're going to play for the double play. I think that's what we really want to do here against Bill White. Let's see if that helps a little bit. We'll see if we can blow one past him. There's a ball to White, 1-0. Swing and a miss on that good curveball, 1-1. It's fouled away. 1-2 now on White. Fouled away one. The fly ball over to center field. Dykstra's got it. It should be deep enough. We'll see. Makes the catch, and he throws home, and it's cut off, and that will do that. So now it's a 3-2 lead for the Cardinals, and so much for our celebrating. It was a little bit premature. Ken Boyer now takes the ball low, 1-0. And that's low and outside, 2-0 to count. And that's going to be a pass ball. Carter can't handle that one, and that allows the runners to move up. 3-0 now is the count. And Gooden's having his problems here with Boyer. 3-0 the count. Runners now on second and third. And there's ball 4 inside. And so Dwight Gooden really having some struggles here in the bottom of the third. 3-2 game. The Mets are behind, and you got the bases loaded. 2 men out, so there is a way out of this. And he throws another ball, this time to Oliver. 1-0. And there's a strike. 1-1. Good curveball. Fouled away. 1-2 now to count. 3 curves in a row, and there's the fastball. It's a ground ball over the third. Johnson throws to first, and that does it. Hernan just catches the ball and then holds it out like that. A little strange animation, and that's just sort of the way it is. We go to the top of the 4th inning. 3-2 now Cardinals, so it's time to come back. Howard Johnson will lead this off. Swings at the first pitch. A little ground ball over to Javier at second. He throws to first. There's one away. Next batter up is Santana. Takes the ball inside. 1-0. Yeah. That's fouled away. A little excuse me swing. 1-1. It's a line foul left side. 1-2 now to count. Fouled off again. 1-2. Up the middle, base hit, and Santana gets it done. So he has a hit. That is his first hit of the game. 1 for 2 now today, he is, and that'll bring up Dwight Gooden, and it's time to bunt. He gets that bunt down. It's a bunt back to the pitcher, and it's good enough to get Santana to second. So Gooden thrown out at first. There's 2 away now, and here comes Lenny Dykstra again. Dykstra, of course, with that base hit and stolen base last time up, takes the ball inside, 1-0. That's outside, 2-0 the count. There's the strike from Gibson, the good sinker. 3 sinkers in a row, so you got to wonder about the pitch selection. 3-1 now to count. There's the fastball. Comebacker, and he'll throw to first, but Dykstra's in there safe again. This is the second infield hit he's had. So now with 2 outs, there's runners to the corners here for Wally Backman. Let's run him. Ground ball to first, and that'll do it. So much for that little ground ball over to first base by Backman, and perhaps hitting and running wasn't the best decision, and we go down to the bottom of the 4th inning. Gooden's still out there, but struggling, and he throws a strike. Good changeup in there, 0-1. There's a swing and a miss by Warwick, 0-2 the count. Warwick, of course, had that double that caused all that problem back in the third inning. 1-2 the count as that one misses. Fly ball right field and foul. There's a little ground ball over to first base. It's going to be Hernandez fielding that. Flips over to Gooden, covering the bag for the out. There's one away. Gauthier takes a strike, 0-1. Ground ball third base, Johnson with it on to first, and there's two away. Gooden's next pitch here over to Gibson's a ball, 1-0. And there's the strike, 1-1. That's ground up the hole, or up the middle for a base hit, and you know, it's a problem when you can't get the pitcher out. So 6 hits here for the Cardinals, and they have 3 runs. Against the 6 hits from the Mets, and Javier takes the ball. And that's high, 2-0. And that's low, 3-0. Gooden really struggling with that control. There's the strike. 3-1 the count now, that curveball. 3-0 and you throw a curveball, and then he follows it up with that fastball. Only 89 is what they're saying. It's a big curve, fly ball, right field, foul. Strawberry can't get there in time. Full count.
Strike 3.
And there is the good. Was that a curveball for strike 3? Let's take a look here and see. He's not going to tell us. See, this play-by-play is not as much fun. At any rate, that's the strikeout to end the inning. We go to the top of the 5th, and it's a good ball game, 3-2 Cardinals. That'll bring up Keith Hernandez. Takes the ball low and inside, 1-0. There's a ground ball, second base, and it'll be Javier throwing to first. There's one away. Gary Carter now. That's a ball inside, 1-0. That's away, 2-0. Now the count on Carter. And he holds up on that one, ball 3, and he'll take this. And that's ball 4. Second walk of the game given up by Gibson. And that brings up Darryl Strawberry. And you don't want to walk anybody in this Mets lineup. So here comes Strawberry, takes a ball low and inside. And there's the strike, 1-1. Swiveled foul down the left side, 1-2. That's low, 2-2.
Strike 3.
And there's strike 3 in the inside corner, strikeout number 3 for Gibson, and there's 2 away. Foster now comes up, looking for his first hit of the season, and that's low and away, 1-0. And that's hit over to left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit, and so there is your first hit of the season. Carter ends up at second base, and there's runners on first and second now with 2 out here for Howard Johnson. Johnson also looking for that first hit. Fouls the first ball away. 0-1 the count. That's that sinker again. And that one missed everything. Fastball, poor control. 1-1. There's another ball. 2-1. Fouled away. 2-2. And there's a swing and a miss, and down he goes. And that's it for the Mets. So the Mets had 2 runners in that inning, a walk and a single, and it amounted to nothing. And we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. A little bit slower here, I think, than we're used to on the channel, but it's in part because I'm trying to get a good feel for it. Curt Flood will lead this off, bottom of the 5th, and Gooden throws him a ball low. Second pitch, ground on to third base. Johnson throws to first for the out, 1 away. Here's Stan Musial. Flight over to left field and foul, out of play. And it's fouled away again, so it's 0-2 on Stan. He didn't go that time, they rule. It's 1-2 now the count, and dusk has fallen. 2-2 now. And there's a low changeup. It's a full count on Musial, and Gooden's falling behind. That's hit straight over to center field. Dykstra's there for the out, and there's 2 away. Bill White now the batter. Strike up over. Good curveball by Gooden. 0-1. That's low. 1-1 the count. Fouled away, and it's 1-2. Hit over to left field. Foster's there, and he's got that catch easy for the out. And we go to the top of the 6th. So it remains 3-2 Cardinals, and we'll see what Santana can do. First pitch swinging, hits that over to third base, and Boyer has it, throws to first for the out, 1 away. That'll bring up Doc Gooden. And he takes a strike. 0-1. Swing and a miss. He was way behind on that one. It's 0-2. There's a ball outside. 1-2 the count.
Strike 3.
And there's strike 3. Gooden just stood there and watched that one go by. Had no chance. 2 away, and that was a good curveball by Gibson. That'll bring up Dykstra. First pitch swing, swung at a ball and hit that one foul. 0-1. There's the ball inside. 1-1 the count. Head over to left field. Is that going to drop? It will, and it was kind of poorly played there by the left fielder for the Cardinals. And Dykstra is able to make it over to second base. Musial having a hard time playing that ball out there, and so Dykstra winds up perched on second base with the double. He's had a pretty good game, 3 for 4. That'll bring up Wally Backman with a chance to drive him in, so we'll see what Wally can do. Takes the ball low, 1-0. And that one misses again, 2-0. Inside for ball 3, and he'll take this pitch. And that's clearly ball 4. It's another walk by Bob Gibson. I bet you didn't think you'd, coming into this game, that Gibson would wind up walking 3. And that's what he's done so far. That brings up Keith Hernandez. Still 2 outs, though, so we'll see what Keith can do. Fouls 1 away. 0-1. And there's a ball. 1-1 the count. Ground ball, first base. First baseman has that one. Throws on over to Gibson, who's covering the bag. Bill White, the first baseman, flips over to Gibson, and that does it. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still 3-2 Cardinals. This will be Boyer leading it off. He takes the ball outside from Gooden. And checks the swing on that one. It's 2-0. Gooden, I'm trying to take a look here and see what we're looking at in terms of balls and strikes. I'm not seeing much other than his 86 pitches. I'm not quite sure where to find that information, so we'll have to mess around with this a little bit as we go forward. There's the strike. I was going to say 3-0. Now that was called a strike. 2-1. And that's a check swing, but ruled a ball. 3-1, he didn't swing. A little, swing, and that's hit down the right field line, foul. Full count now. And there's the good, was that a fastball? Yes, it was. Swung on and missed for strike 3, 1 away. That brings up Gene Oliver. They say 4 strikeouts now for Gooden as he throws the ball to Oliver. Yeah, 4 against the 5 for Gibson. 1-0, fouled away. 1-1. That's hit deep to center field. Dykstra is not going to get there in time. He's not going to have a plan on that one at all. That baby's gone. Oliver goes deep off of Gooden, and that makes this a 4-2 ball game. 4-2 the score, and the fans in St. Louis whoop it up after that one. 4-2, and they're looking pretty good to go. So that'll bring up Carl Warwick, and the Mets have a problem here, down 4-2, and not much time to come back. The ball inside by Gooden. That one's fouled away, 1-1 the count. That's inside again, 2-1. Fly ball left field, that's curving foul, 2-2. And it's just fouled away, 2-2 it remains. Got the foul ball. Popped up left field, it'll be Foster making that catch for the out. 2 gone, here's Gauthier. Say Hote, I'm not quite sure. Swing and a miss. And then he didn't check his swing that time. It's 0-2. Gooden's got him set up. It came in on the hands, popped him up, and it's going to be, looks like Backman to make that catch for the out. We go to the top of the 7th. So 4-2 Cardinals. We'll see if the Mets have anything left in the old tank here. It'll be Gary Carter to lead this off. And he takes the ball low. Gibson has thrown 102 pitches here so far. And that's right down the heart of the plate. Carter swings and hits that one deep over to left center field. That's at least 2, and he's going to stop at the double. Good piece of hitting there by Carter. And he's the runner on second base here to lead things off in the top of the 7th. And this is exactly what the Mets needed. So there's a runner on at second base, and up comes Strawberry. Darryl had the home run today, and it's his only hit. Takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. And that's popped up and out of play. 0-2 the count on him quickly, so he's in a hole. Fouled off, still 0-2. And that's hit foul, just foul down the third base line. And that one's socked over to right field. That is going to drop for a hit. And Carter goes over to third base. So there's runners at the corner here with at the corners with nobody out, and it's going to be Foster. Question is, do we run with Strawberry or not? And I think we'll wait. There's a strike. Now we'll do it. 0-1. It's hit over to right field and foul. It's 0-2. We'll try one more time. Fly ball this time to right field. That's pretty deep. Strawberry has to stay at first. Flood makes the catch. And the throw over to first base is not in time, but it wasn't deep enough to score Carter, apparently, and we didn't have the option to do so. So there's 2 away. Runners at the corners still, and that'll bring up Howard Johnson. 1 away, I'm sorry. The ball inside Howard, 1-0. Fouls that away, it's 1-1. Low. And that's inside, 3-1 to count. And that's inside again, and so... tell you, Bob Gibson has really struggled with that control today. Top of the 7th inning, 116 pitches he's thrown. Bases are loaded, and that'll bring up Santana. First pitch swinging, hits one over to right field that curves just foul. That's one of those animations where you think that it probably is actually fair, but it's foul. And it's fouled away again, 0-2. High, 1-2. And it's inside, 2-2. And that's right on the outside corner for strike 3, and there's 2 away, and that'll bring up Gooden. And we have a decision to make here. I think we're going to take him out, honestly. I'm trying to think what the right decision is. Gooden will tell you that he wants to stay in, but I think we take him out in this situation. The question is, who do we put in? I think we'll probably have Mitchell come in and pinch hit. So, yeah, we'll have Mitchell replacing Gooden there. And here he is. The right-handed hitting Mitchell will try his luck against Bob Gibson. Takes a strike slider in there. And then a ball inside. That was a fastball. 1-1. That's outside, 2-1. That's inside again. 3-1 to count. That's a called strike down the heart of the plate. It's a full count on Kevin. It's a ground ball shortstop, and that's not what you want to do. The throw to first base is in time, and that does it. And so the Mets end up with nothing after that. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning, still 42 Cardinals. And yeah, it's telling me that we need to have a pitcher, and let's see who we put in. So the interesting thing is that McDowell and Orozco were kind of both your closers for the team. The question I have is, how do I get it so that this thing will show me who the handedness of it? Oh, no, it says it right here. I see. So the question is, do you go just with right-handed pitchers? And we probably will. I think we'll probably put Doug Sisk in. I'm not going to pay any attention to any of the goals that it's telling me here. We'll have Sisk come in and pitch. So, yeah, there he is under current pitcher. This is the hard thing about this, right? You have to get used to figuring out how to use every single different system that every game has for making substitutions. Here comes Sisk with his first outing this season. And Gibson swings and pops up the first pitch. That's going to be caught by Hernandez for the first out, 1 away. A sinker inside that really fooled him. 1 away, and here's Javier again. Javier takes a slider low, 1-0. Javier does have a hit today, so he's 1 for 3. That's a ground ball to short. Santana on to first, and there's 2 away. That'll bring up Kurt Flood. That's a strike on the outside corner. Another strike, good sinker. 0-2 on Flood. And that's a ball. 1-2. And that's just low and outside. Good fastball. 2-2. Popped up left field, and that's out of play. 2-2 it remains. And that slider's too low, so it's a full count. And that's inside for ball 4. And so Sisk has given up a walk, and that brings up Stan Musial. It's not what you want to see happen. First pitch misses, and we'll try to throw it first. Looks like nothing happened. 1-0. There's a strike. 1-1 to count. That's inside. It's 2-1. Fouled away, 2-2. And that one misses again. It's a full count now, unusual. As lined over to left field, that'll be a single base hit, and the throw goes over to third base, but it's not going to be in time. It's actually cut off by the shortstop. Not particularly good animation. And there's runners on the corners now for Bill White. And this is not what we wanted Doug to do. And White lines the first pitch over to center field, and that baby is off the wall. That's going to be a double for White, and that will score at least one. And that makes this a 5-2 ball game. So runners on second and third, and Sisk is kind of throwing this one away. Next batter up is Boyer, and he promptly hits the first pitch over to center field for a single, and the throw goes home. He takes second on that throw, and it's a 7-2 game, and that's going to be it, I think, for Sisk. So the Doug Sisk experiment, which doesn't really last that long in real life, is going to end here. We'll put, trying to think, do we want to put in Aguilera? I think we will. Maybe Aguilera coming in now as the new pitcher, and we'll see what we can do from here. So apologies not giving you much of a close game. I thought for sure this would be a little bit more competitive, but we're down 7-2. There's a ball by Aguilera to Oliver, 1-0. Curveball inside, it's 2-0. And that's hit over to right field. That's going to go foul. 2-1. Ground ball left side. Johnson throws the first for the out, and there's that elusive third out. Cardinals had 2 quick outs and then managed to score 3 more runs. 7-2 St. Louis. We go to the top of the 8th. And here comes Lenny Dykstra, 3 for 4. Hits the first pitch over to right field for a base hit. And that'll be an easy single for him. That'll bring up Wally Backman. And normally I'd be thinking, oh, time to steal, time to do all sorts of stuff. Down by 5? Probably not. Ball up and in on Backman, 1-0. That misses a little bit low, 2-0. There's a strike, 2-1 the count. That's hit over left field, and that's going to be easily caught unusual for the first out. 1 away. Keith Hernandez now. Swings very late on that fastball, 0-1. It wasn't a great fastball by Gibson. There's a ball low and inside. 134 pitches now for Bob. There's another ball, 2-1. Fly ball is going to curve foul, I think. Yes, that is foul. 2-2. And there's a curve low. There's a full count now on Hernandez. It's fouled away. Full count remains. There's a ground ball over to second. That'll be on to short for 1 and on to first for the double play. And we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Still 7-2 St. Louis. Aguilera is still out there. Up against Warwick, and the first pitch is a ball, 1-0. A ground ball over to second is going to be Backman throwing to first, 1 gone. Here's Gote, takes the ball low, 1-0. Next pitch is fouled over to the right side, foul ball, 1-1. Checked his swing, and no, he went, so he didn't check it, 1-2 the count. And that's low, 2-2. A ground ball to short, Santana on to first, and we go to the top of the 9th inning. So it's going to be, I'm sorry, that's 2 away is all. How did I miscount that? Don Landrum comes in here, the pinch hitter for Bob Gibson, so we'll see who they put out in the top of the 9th. 2-0 quickly is the count on him. Don't know how realistic that is, by the way. Gibson didn't quite have 140 pitches. And it's a fly ball over to right field, and that's foul. 2-1. 2-2 now. Just outside and low. Full count. And there's a fly ball over to right field, and Strawberry on the run dives for it and makes that catch for the out. We go to the top of the 9th inning. 7-2 Cardinals, and they have the lead, definitely. It'll be Lindy McDaniel coming in as the relief pitcher. He'll face Carter, Strawberry, then Foster. And there's a ball to Carter, 1-0. 11 hits for the Mets, only 2 runs. Haven't been able to string them together. Second pitch, rather, to Carter's hit over to left. Mutual's got that for the out, 1 away. Only 10 for the Cardinals. Strawberry comes up. Of course, the Mets have had a number of those sort of bloop singles. The Strawberry fouls 1 away, 0-1. There's the ball low, 1-1. Ground ball over to second, and it's going to be Javier throwing to first for the out, and there's 2 away, and that'll leave George Foster up as the final hope. And he takes the ball 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1 to count. Swing and a miss, and he looked pretty late on that curveball. Was really fooled by it. 1-2. A lot of junk being thrown up there. 70-something. And that sinker's low. 2-2. Sinker at 88. Kind of hard to time that. It's inside. Ground ball to third. Boyer has that one. Throws to first, and that does it. And so the Cardinals have won this game 7-2, and the Mets put up a pretty valiant effort, but it was all for naught in the end. And if we thought we were going to come in here and sort of walk through the 1962 National League, I think this gives us an indication of just how hard it's going to be. There's your final score, 7-2. We'll have more for you again tomorrow. We'll have another game for you. Hopefully have a little bit more luck then. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.